Insightful. How'd the bye week go for the defense? Do you think what did you guys work on, or how do you guys feel coming into this week?
We feel good. It was good to get, obviously the bye week helps just get your body back and get your legs back a little bit. And we still grinded, we practiced and worked on, the stuff we always work on, defensive techniques and, the basics and working on that. And so now we're starting a game plan for Utah State.
Anything you guys really emphasized a fundamental, something you guys wanted to get better at during the bye week?
We worked on defending the cut block because we know those receivers are really good blocking off the edge. So we worked on getting off blocks and defeating the cut block and different things like that.
You're playing a team whose quarterback got hurt and will not play this week, which means they changed things. Does this make it more difficult for you, knowing that their game plan won't be exactly the same?
It's not really going to change the way that we prepare. We know that they got good backups, good athletes all around, top to bottom. So in terms of preparation, it's not going to change much. We're still going to prepare for the solid team that we know they are.
What were your thoughts when you heard about his injury?
I felt bad for him. As Joe was saying, just felt bad for him because that can happen to anyone at any time. And, just it's unfortunate.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it. I wasn't sitting down watching it, but I caught a few.
So with that and with whatever you've seen, what do you think makes Utah State's offense? What is the best thing about it?
They play really hard. They got running backs that run hard. They got talented receivers that make plays. Their offensive line is solid, play really hard, and then obviously their quarterback was extended the play on it with his feet. Was pretty shifty, had a couple moves, and delivered the ball. So.
What are the differences that maybe you see from their backup to Keaton?
Or
are they similar?
I haven't watched a bunch of film on him yet, but I know he's going to be a solid player. I think he's a junior, so he has experience, and I know he's going to carry the flag. He's going to do a good job for him.
Speaking of carrying the flag, Boise State's had a lot of injuries, just like every team does this time of year, and you've had to carry the flag for Jeremy. What's it been like having to just step right into the fire and carry the flag?
That's something that you just got to make sure you're mentally just always prepared for your moment. You can't be sitting back just cold and then think that you can just hop right in and get in the groove. You have to be mentally prepared and just be expected to go in at any point, and that makes it a little bit easier.
How cool has it been playing here in Boise, in your hometown, and you're still a young player? How fun has it been?
It's been a blast. It's a dream come true. I remember when I was like 10 years old, 12 years old, standing in the end zone, just full body paint and blue, and just all the way through high school and middle school, just watching the games, just dreaming of playing here. Now actually playing is just a dream come true, and just can't take it for granted and just enjoy it every day.
What have you heard about your dad's playing days?
He keeps some of that to himself, but the stuff he tells me, he had a blast here too. He was here his junior and senior year. He transferred. He was at Washington State and transferred here in '79, and then played on the 1980 national championship team. And he talks a lot about that game and how much that meant to him, and how that was. He wears his ring still, and he talks a lot about that game and how fun that all the guys he met and all of his buddies. And he has his house that he lived in is like 2 blocks that way. I forget what street it's on, but like every time we're near, he's like, I used to live right there. I put that basketball hoop in, like everything. It's pretty funny.
Were you kind of predestined to come here?
Yeah, the recruiting process didn't really go as the way that I thought it would, but I mean, I think that it happened the way it was supposed to happen. So I'm really happy where I'm at, and I couldn't ask for a better coaching staff, a better place to be. It's a dream come true.
Your dad give you any advice when you signed with Boise State, or started to get into the rotation a little bit more?
Yeah, he just told me, he 100% supported what I wanted to do, and he knew that this is where I wanted to go anyways. It's not like he had to do any convincing. He knew that this is where I wanted to go, so he was just supportive and through the whole process.
What's he like on game day?
It's funny. In high school, I would wake up and he would just be banging pots and pans, just screaming, game day, game day, he'd make pancakes and stuff, just super excited about it. Now, obviously I don't live at home, so I get a text from him because he doesn't want to like call me on game day and like distract me or whatever. That's what he says, but he just sends me texts, all caps, just game day, go get him, play proud, hit people, that kind of thing.
How do you look after 5 games, kind of just where the defense is at this point, and how you guys have improved, or how you strives you made since the beginning of the season?
I think we're definitely improving. That's a good word. I think since the beginning, since the first game in Seattle, I think we've definitely improved. We're tackling better, flying around, and just playing as a unit.
Where are you better after 5 games?
Where?
Where are you better? How are you thinking?
I think assignment-wise, tackling, I had a few errors there early on. I think tackling I've gotten better, and just overall just kind of knowledge of the defense and a little bit just being able to settle down a little bit.
Is there still one area that you think could use more improvement?
Oh yeah,
than the others, or-
there's always multiple areas. I feel like I could get better in a lot of areas. Pretty much every phase of the game I think of as a way to improve.
What about for the team? I know tackling was an issue early on. I mean, is there still a focus you guys are looking at?
Yeah, you got to stay on top of tackling. Obviously, that's something that can make or break a defense. I think another thing we really need to focus on is turnovers. The turnover battle. We want to get a lot more turnovers than we've been getting, so that's something we really need to focus on a little bit.
Dillon, you guys been so effective on special teams this year, and quite a bit better than last year. Where have you seen the improvement in those units this year?
A lot of guys that want to be out there. A lot of guys that understand how critical special teams units are, and how critical that phase of the game is, and how guys that just want to fly around are out there making plays, and obviously the coaching is unbelievable, and the game plans that we have for each team is on point, and it all is just working out.
Last year was probably, by most people saying, it was not a bad year special teams wise, but it wasn't quite at the level you guys are used to around here. Was there an emphasis this year that trying to get back into those top 10 type of net punting and some of those categories?
Yeah, definitely. Especially at Boise State, we focus so much on special teams because we understand how big it is. So special teams has always been an emphasis. We dedicate just about half of practice to special teams alone, and all the units, and we understand how critical it is. So.
Has it taken your defense and maybe other defenses around the country a while to catch up to just how many of those wide receiver screens teams are running out of the spread with the wide receivers blocking for each other on the edge? Yeah,
I mean, that's becoming one of the staples now of offenses, and we've been practicing that a lot, simulating the blocks and the different looks that we're going to get. And I wouldn't say it's hard for us. It's been hard for us to adjust. I think that we just gotta play it the way that we practice it, and stay consistent with the way we're playing it, and just make plays on those.
How do you look at this game, kind of big picture wise, in the Mountain Division, trying to get back to the championship or get to the first championship?
I mean, we're preparing for this game like it's the Mountain West Championship itself. Just like every game for the rest of the season, we're thinking of it like the Mountain West Championship, because that's basically what it is to us. If we still have a chance. We see it all in front of us, and we know it's all still there. And we got to take one game at a time and prepare for Utah State right now. Good.
Nice, though.
Cool. Thank you.